The relationship between the United States and China has become increasingly strained. Both countries are economic powerhouses. They are also rivals on the global stage. The United States has long been the dominant superpower. However, China's economic and military strength is growing. This has led to a shift in the balance of power. The United States is now taking steps to counter China's rise. These actions have further escalated tensions between the two nations. The United States sees China as a threat to its economic and security interests. China's economic policies are often seen as unfair to American businesses. Its military expansion in the South China Sea is also a cause for concern. In response, the United States has imposed tariffs on Chinese goods. It has also increased military support for Taiwan. These actions have been met with anger from China. The situation has been described as a new Cold War. This is a reference to the period of geopolitical tension between the United States and the Soviet Union after World War II. The rivalry between the United States and China is not yet as intense as the Cold War. However, there are some worrying similarities. The potential for conflict is real. The current situation is dangerous. Both the United States and China have nuclear weapons. Any conflict between them would have catastrophic consequences. It is essential that both sides find a way to manage their differences. Diplomacy and dialogue are crucial to avoid a further escalation of tensions. The future of the world may depend on it. China has issued a stark warning to countries aligning with the United States' efforts to isolate it. Beijing has made it clear that there will be consequences for nations that support the United States' strategy. This warning signals a more confrontational approach from China. It is a sign of its growing confidence on the world stage. China has a range of retaliatory measures at its disposal. These could include economic sanctions and trade restrictions. China is a major trading partner for many countries. It could use this leverage to punish those that side with the United States. For example, China could reduce imports from countries that support United States sanctions. Another potential measure is restricting access to critical materials. China is a major supplier of rare earth minerals. These are essential for the production of many high-tech products. China could limit exports of these minerals to countries that align with the United States. This would have a significant impact on their economies. China's warning should be taken seriously. It is a major economic and military power. It is willing to use its strength to defend its interests. Countries that choose to side with the United States risk facing serious consequences. This could include economic damage and diplomatic isolation. The United States is actively pursuing a strategy of isolating China economically and strategically. This strategy is based on the belief that China poses a fundamental challenge to the existing world order. The United States sees China's growing economic and military might as a threat to its own hegemony. One key element of this strategy is pressuring allies to reduce their economic dependence on China. The United States is urging its partners to diversify their supply chains. It wants them to reduce their reliance on Chinese goods and technology. This pressure is particularly acute in areas deemed strategically important, such as semiconductors and telecommunications. The United States is also seeking to limit China's access to advanced technologies. It has imposed restrictions on the export of sensitive goods and technologies to China. This includes items with potential military applications. The United States has also pressured other countries to adopt similar restrictions. This strategy of isolating China is fraught with risks. It is pushing the world towards a dangerous economic and geopolitical divide. Many countries are reluctant to choose sides between the United States and China. They fear economic retaliation from Beijing if they align too closely with Washington. Many countries find themselves caught in the middle of the escalating tensions between the United States and China. These nations face an impossible dilemma. Aligning with the United States risks economic retaliation from China. However, not doing so could damage their relationships with Washington. Germany, Japan, and South Korea are prime examples of countries facing this difficult choice. These key United States allies have deep economic ties with China. They are heavily reliant on the Chinese market for their exports. They also depend on China for critical components in their supply chains. These countries are trying to navigate a delicate balancing act. They are seeking to maintain good relations with both the United States and China. However, this is becoming increasingly difficult. The pressure from both sides is intensifying. The outcome of this geopolitical struggle remains uncertain. The escalating tensions between the United States and China are creating a more fragmented and unpredictable world. The potential for miscalculation and conflict is high. This situation has far-reaching implications for the global economy and international security.